Welcome back to NATEFLIX, your home for movies on the radio. Last week we talked some about the nominees for the Best Picture categories of the Golden Globe Awards, which are coming up on January 15th. This week we want to talk about the TV categories. Start off with the Best Television Series Drama. It's a lot of new shows. There's a lot of fresh blood this year in the category. We've got Game of Thrones, Homeland, Boss, Boardwalk Empire, and American Horror Story. And if I'm not mistaken, all 5 of these are first-year shows. That's what the nomination comes from.
Well, I think a lot of people would say that American Horror Story is kind of like this year's Walking Dead. It's a horror TV show in that genre, which is rare. And it's got very few nominations this year. It's nominated for Best Picture. And I think the real guarantee about this one compared to the other 4 is that we know it won't win. Walking Dead is not nominated because it did not do as well in its second season. But the first season of American Horror Story was very good. I think it deserves this nomination. But I know for a fact, compared to these other really great new shows, that this one will not win. Boardwalk Empire won last year, finally beating out Mad Men, which is won almost every other year. It was nominated. This is the first year Mad Men is actually not nominated.
Thank goodness for small favors.
Boardwalk Empire was a hit in its first season. Most people say it's even better in its second season. Steve Buscemi, amazing. Won Best Lead Actor last year. He's up for it again this year. It was started by Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese and Mark Wahlberg, which is a real interesting combo. And a gentleman, I believe his name is Terrence Winter, who was one of the writers and producers on Sopranos. It was actually his idea. He pitched to these other guys, and they all worked together to make the pilot. And it's a good TV show. I'm glad it's getting some recognition. And in addition to this nomination, Buscemi, as you said, has been nominated again. Kelly MacDonald has been nominated for her work on the show as well. Homeland, which is a Showtime show in its first season, also scored Best Acting nominations for its male and female lead, Damian Lewis and Claire Danes.
Now, the creator of Homeland was the same creator of the show 24 with Kiefer Sutherland, which did very well on Fox for at least 7 seasons. So fans of 24, check out Homeland. This show may be the best show of the year.
Now, Boardwalk Empire, we should probably note, is finally being released on DVD. As you said, it won last year, but that first season has never been released on DVD until about 2 weeks from now. So, and Go Video is going to be the only place you're going to be able to rent that. Same thing with Game of Thrones. In about 1 month's time, Game of Thrones, the last nominee in this category, will also be available at Go Video and nowhere else. And Game of Thrones is a show you've definitely got to check out.
Now, I'd be willing to bet that Game of Thrones also will not win because it is more of a genre show.
Absolutely.
It's medieval. It's very reminiscent of Lord of the Rings. If you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, a lot of people are saying this new book series is the new Lord of the Rings. It was a lot of people say it's better that it's filmed as an HBO series than a movie or a trilogy, because you get to see each chapter played out in an episode. You get to put more emphasis on the character development. A lot of people say it's better for telling a story. Game of Thrones Season 1 was incredible. It's getting a lot of people into reading the book. I would not be surprised if it also won.
Now, I actually am predicting, I'll just go ahead and predict that the drama Boss is going to win this category. And most of you listening to this have never heard of the show Boss. I've only heard of it. I've never seen it. It's on the channel Stars, which I don't know anybody who gets Stars. It's a drama about Kelsey Grammer playing the mayor of a corrupt town and his machinations in the political system as he's dealing with terminal cancer. So in its own way, not that different from Breaking Bad, just in a different setting. Awards shows love Kelsey Grammer. They love to give him awards for Frasier, for Simpsons. He's won awards for everything that he's ever done on television. And I just predict that the show that no one's ever heard of might win this category.
Well, also, if anyone's going to beat out Steve Buscemi or Bryan Cranston this year, who's in Breaking Bad, it's definitely going to be Kelsey Grammer for Boss. People are saying he is incredible in the show. If you see the poster for the show without knowing anything about it, it just seems to make sense that Kelsey Grammer would play this character.
Yeah.
He's perfect for it.
You know, I think it's, I mean, if I were allowed to vote, Bryan Cranston would definitely get my vote for his work this season on Breaking Bad. The evolution of his character over the 4 seasons has been spectacular, and this season was my favorite of them all. So I'm definitely rooting for him, but Grammer could definitely take it. Steve Buscemi, he may win it again. He's a solid actor, and he's finally getting some recognition that he's deserved for a lot of years. Now, Jeremy Irons is also nominated for Best Actor. This is a guy with a lot of experience and a lot of presence. So, you know, he's a contender as well. Now, let's move over to comedy for a little bit. Best Television Series, Musical or Comedy. Your nominees are perennial favorite Glee, Modern Family, which, did Modern Family win last year at the Golden Globes?
Yes, the Emmys have favored Glee, but the Golden Globes favored Modern Family last year. The first time they beat out 30 Rock for Best Comedy since 30 Rock's been on the air.
And then we have 3 new shows in their first season getting nominated this year: Enlightened, Episodes, and The New Girl.
Well, I've heard very good things about The New Girl, which stars Zooey Deschanel. Her sister plays the female lead on the show Bones,
which has been a big hit for 6 or 7 years now.
Yes. But Zooey has been a little bit more of a movie star. She was in 500 Days of Summer. She was in Your Highness. The first time I saw her was in one of my favorite Christmas movies, Elf, as the blonde elf love interest. A lot of people say she's a really cute, really great actress, and she's really funny in The New Girl. To me, any show with a laugh track, probably not going to check it out. The only show this year in the comedy nominees that I really, really want to root for is Modern Family. I started watching this show recently. It is a riot. It is one of the best comedies on TV right now. It's consistently funny, has a great writing team. Every character in the show has their own unique brand of humor, and most of the time, almost every actor in the show is nominated for an acting award. And it's no exception this year. Checked out the show. This is the one that I'm hoping will win.
Now, there's a category for movies made for television or for miniseries. Now, a miniseries is somewhere between a movie and a TV show, usually between 3 and 5 hours long in 1 or 2 hour blocks. Now, the odds-on favorite this year in all the miniseries categories is a movie that is going to be available on Tuesday at Go Video, a miniseries called Mildred Pierce. It's based on an old hard-boiled novel that has already been made into a movie starring Elizabeth Taylor some years ago. This one stars Kate Winslet, Guy Pearce, and Evan Rachel Wood, all 3 of whom have been nominated for acting for Mildred Pierce. It's set during the Great Depression. Mildred Pierce is a struggling single mom with a lecherous ex-husband and a conniving, possibly even evil daughter, played by Wood. And the movie involves her rise to success in the business world and how her family tears her down. It's really maudlin, over-the-top soap opera stuff, but it's really well made. It's like a very, very long major motion picture. So if this sounds interesting to you at all, come by, check us out at Go Video. It's the only place you can rent it. And if it doesn't sound interesting to you, then maybe you recall me telling you about Justified, which didn't get nominated for anything, but it's a really great show.
I will usually trust any HBO miniseries or movie made for TV. In the past, I've seen Angels in America, which was amazing. I've seen one of my favorites was recently nominated, You Don't Know Jack, starring Al Pacino, who plays Jack Kevorkian. This movie should have been in theaters. It should have been in the Oscar race. Al Pacino won Best Actor that year for playing Jack Kevorkian. This movie, if you haven't heard of it, come by Go Video and rent it. We have it there.
We have a lot of HBO shows. We have a TV section, but we don't have too many shows like The Office or Seinfeld. These shows are constantly on reruns, and even if you have basic cable, you can watch most of these shows at home for free. But the shows that are on pay cable, the shows that are on HBO, that are on Showtime, that are on FX, that are on AMC, maybe everybody doesn't have access to these channels, or if they do, maybe you don't want to wait for them to get around to showing all the episodes in order. These channels are making the best shows on television right now, and we carry a lot of them, both past and present at Go Video. We were talking about how good HBO is. They have two shows, Deadwood and Rome, which both lasted 2 or 3 seasons. It's been a few years, and they never won any awards, but they're incredible shows. You know, we've got these at Go Video. We've got the entire run of Dexter. If you've never seen Dexter before, it's a Showtime show about America's most cuddly serial killer. It's one of the best shows on TV, and we've got currently 5 seasons of it that you can come by and rent for $1 a disc a day.
We have Tudors. We have Weeds. The list is endless.
The entire 6-season run of The Sopranos, the entire 5-season run of The Wire, which I will constantly nominate as the greatest television show of all time.
And I will concur, right? The only show better is on TV right now, Breaking Bad. We have seasons 1 through 3 available to rent at Go Video right now of my favorite show on TV, Breaking Bad.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. We hope you have a happy, healthy 2012, and that you, if you haven't already come by and met us at Go Video, come on by. Give us a call at 240-6283. We'll give you directions on where we are, or just check us out at the website, govideogainesville.com. And until next week, I'm Nate Hensley.
I'm Patrick Daniel.